Hello, fellow nerds. This is Sean, and I am a nerd that knits. And I am here to talk about a sweater that I saw that I absolutely loved. And it's just kind of random where I found it. I was looking at Facebook, just kind of flipping through articles like we all do, and I saw an article the People magazine did of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Now, once again, I grew up with Vogue, and so I cited my sights on the gorgeous sweater Travis was wearing. So I'm not going to talk about the couple. They're beautiful. They have their own relationship. I am not an expert in any of their business, and it should be their business. Those are my opinions. But I am here to talk about the sweater because the sweater was beautiful. The black and white checkered sweater that Travis was wearing was a masterpiece. It is such a beautiful sweater. I believe the designer is Junya Watanabe. I am sorry if I completely slaughtered that. The price tag, I believe, is $1,285. I'm not 100% sure, but if that is the price tag, being a knitter, I would say worth it. Why is it worth it? Well, first of all, that's a very hard kind of technique to do with that sweater. And then it's also a black and white checker kind of going, and it's not perfect. The lines are not perfect. If you see the pattern, they're kind of like different. They're almost kind of like different angles on certain pieces. And then it's also it's just a very beautiful, but not like perfect line sweater, and that's what's really nice about it. There is only one pattern that I've seen on Ravelry recently that kind of has that same technique, and it is Helene Magnusson, I believe is how you pronounce her name. Anyways, this pattern is from the book Icelandic Knitting, and you do kind of see similar weaving and similar traits to Travis Kelce sweater. The one thing I didn't like about the pattern is that it kind of has like right here almost looks like a quilting block. Now I'm sure you could get around that. Also, there weren't a lot of pictures, so I couldn't really conceptualize like what the whole thing looked like. And most patterns of most knitting patterns, I like to see a model that is showing me the full front and the full back. I don't like it when people put babies on you. Nothing wrong with babies, but I'm knitting the sweater. I am not making anything for the baby. And yes, the baby is cute, but once again, I'm interested in the sweater. Like, please realize that the people want to see the sweater. So it's kind of hard to see the sweater in its full contextualness because you don't see a full front and you don't see a full back. So I will say that if you were looking at that pattern, just know that there are no projects on this pattern that other people have done. So it's kind of hard to see how other people did it. Because usually if the designer doesn't give you pictures of the full front and full back, someone else will make it and they'll give you those pictures, so then you can go, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to see. But if there's no projects, you can't defer back to those. So that's just one of the patterns. The other pattern that I found was Kim Hargreaves. This pattern is like an 80s special. It was made in the 80s or the 90s. It's an old sweater. It's called 21 Checker. It has more like perfect lines. So if you're kind of wanting those little bit more of the squiggly lines that you see in the Travis, I would refer you to the other pattern. Checker, I feel, is more like sweaters of yesteryear, of olden days. Not that it's a bad sweater, it's just not exactly what you might be going for. So once again, we are not here for the drama, we're here for the sweaters. And this sweater looks beautiful with the very classic look of my Miss Taylor. So I'm just saying, Travis, you do really great in the sweater department, and I love it when men can pick out an impeccable sweater and pair it with their lady. Now, it doesn't matter if they're with their lady or not. This is a beautiful sweater and it is worth the price tag. So I would venture that this sweater is a fingering weight. I'm going to also venture that it's cashmere, and I'm also going to venture an insertion nightmare, like I had said earlier. So, and if you saw my previous video, and I kind of broke down a lot of the sweaters that were designed and used in Schitt's Creek, you'll know why they're expensive, because I talked about cashmere and why it's a formative faux. So once again, beautiful sweater. I love seeing fashion. I love seeing beautiful knitwear out in the wild. So keep it up, and we'll look at your pictures, but we're going to look at what you're wearing, not what you're doing. So thank you, and hope to see you around.